Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, it's Cliff here from the Shiatsu Centre. Shakura's with me. She's going to be looking after the chat today. Yep, we're going to have an hour of de-stressing and regulating our energy system together. Okay, so do you want to say good morning or hello in the chat, just to show you're here? So this is our weekly morning class for our clients at the Shiatsu Centre, but we're already getting some guests in. Some clients are saying, oh, my friend really needs some help, and they're coming in. So that's absolutely fine too. We've got 500 places available, so got plenty of room. Okay, so let's have a look at the slides. We've got a similar format this week, but we're going to be focusing more on the emotions that are related to the different burners and related to the meridians. I thought that would be a fun thing to do. So before we do anything else, let's find out how you are coping. So let's, if you'd just like to fill in the poll, just see how you're doing. And don't forget, if you're very stressed and you need, if you need some extra support, please contact Shakura via admin@shiatsucenter.co.uk or via the website link, and make sure you get booked in for a session with us. We're all doing sessions now. We're doing remote sessions, we're doing distant healing, and we're doing self-shiatsu supervisions, both of which are very popular. So if you do need extra help, I know a lot of you have told Shakura that you are quite happy to do the class. And if that's the case, then that's great, because it leaves more room for people who are really in need. But if you are stressed or very stressed, please get in touch if you need individual help. Okay, here we go. Let's have a little look. We're going to have a look at how we're doing. We're going to see what kind of zone you're in. We're going to balance your burners. We're going to be asking the questions, focusing in again. And we're going to particularly this week look at the different emotions that are related to the different burners. So if you are feeling a certain emotion because of the stress, then you can regulate that by doing the exercises that we've been building up on week by week. Okay. Just a little mention at the end about what we're offering at the Shiatsu Centre now. We're all working separately from home, but we're all doing distant work. And also very important to keep the lights on and keep the building and keep the internet going is we do need to have anything you can afford for donations for this. Okay, so let's go on. Let's find out how you are. We did that. We found out how you were coping. And now remember this chart. Okay, this is a polyvagal chart. It's a really good model to see whether you're feeling fairly socially engaged. Are you feeling like you're functioning okay? Feeling in the present? Feeling mindful? That means you're in that green zone where you can feel joy. You can just generally relate to people. I know it's difficult if you're locked down on your own. The red zone is when you get into that sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. So you might feel a bit of frustration, worry, and we're going to work on those directly with some of the meridian work later on. Okay. You get into that red activated zone. And then the most serious one, which really needs working on, is if you go into the blue zone, which is when you start to shut down. Okay. So if you just think about those, and we just would like to know which zone you're in today. Okay. Do you think you're in the green zone, the red zone, or the blue zone? Or do you think you're going through a mixture of them? So let's see how that compares with last week. Okay, Shakura, I think we're getting there. I know having a mixture is fine. By the way, if you have a mixture and you go in and out, that's fine. That's just completely natural. You need those different things to cope with things that are changing. But most of you, nearly half of you, are right in that green zone there. And there's only one of you who feels they're in the shutdown. If that person wants to get in touch with Shakura, that would be great, and get some help. We'll try and deactivate it for you. Okay, great. So let's see. We've done which zone are you in? Just a quick revision. We're now going to look at the 3 burners. So if you get your piece of paper, let's check in and see how your burners are doing this morning. Okay, you can do it standing or sitting. You just need to get a piece of paper, divide it into 3. So that's your upper, middle, and lower burner. Okay, and I'm going to do the same because I always want to know how I'm doing. So I'm going to do it standing so you can see exactly where I'm working. Okay. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take the slides off so you can see big screen. Actually, Shakura, do you want to just turn your webcam off for a second? And then that's it, yeah. Okay, so we've got the lower burner here, which is below the navel and runs through into the back. Got the middle burner, which is under the diaphragm and around the navel area and into the upper part of the lumbar. And then we've got the upper burner, which is this or chest area. So for a moment, let's just stand or sit comfortably, and we're going to just close our eyes and we're going to tune in internally. So first of all, let's get a sense of our lower burner. That's the lower part of your abdomen right through into your lower back. What's it like in your lower burner? Okay, so tuning in. So if you had to draw or write down what it's like there in your lower burner, just think of an image or think of some words that express that. Take your paper, which is what I'm going to do, and just draw or write in the lower section there. Draw, write down a few words. So you can remember at the end when we've done the exercises. Okay, very good. So now we're going to move up to the middle burner, which is this area here. That was the one I was most tight in last week. I can remember it now. It feels a lot more comfortable this week. I'm going to tune into that. So we're going to close our eyes, tune into the middle burner. That's the space right into your back from the front and through. What's that like? Okay, again, if you had to draw that or if you had to write some words that express that middle burner, what would they be? Okay, good. So let's do that. Let's get the piece of paper again and let's draw in what's happening with our middle burner. And you might be able to remember what's happening last week. It gives you an idea of how things have changed. Okay, just a little bit of a scribble and a few words. Definitely think I'm making progress. It's definitely a lot less block than it was last week. Okay, and then finally, we're going to tune into the upper burner. That's the lungs and heart area, but it goes right through into the back as well. All right, same thing again. We're going to just close our eyes, go inside our body. Okay. Thinking about your lungs and heart, your upper burner, what are they like? And if you had to draw them or write some words, what would that be like? And once you've got an image, when you're ready, you can take the paper up again. I'm just going to Okay, so looking at your picture of your 3 burners, which one do you think you need the most work on this week? Okay, and I'm just going to launch another poll. I'll get these ones out of the way. Let's just get these ones out of the way so we've got a bit cleaner. Okay, and I'll launch another poll, which is which of these 3s, which burner do you want to work on most, do you think? Just to give us an idea, and then it helps you pace the session out. So, wow, pretty even so far. That's interesting, isn't it? It's changed quite a lot since last week. It's more lower burner than last week. So maybe we'll concentrate more on that today. Okay, very good. Okay, so those of you who, well, let's all of us just say what kind of thing did you draw in your lower burner area then, if that's the winning one this week. So we go back into the chat. Just give me an idea of, or give us an idea of, just give an idea of what's happening in your lower burner, so I can get an idea of what we need, especially those of you who wanted to work on it. Okay, right, good. Okay, just going to bring the slides back up. Right, okay. Yes, interesting. You need safety there. That's interesting, isn't it? Unsettled and fast. Okay. Tight and bloated, like an empty bowl. Right. Okay. We really want to energize that. We definitely want to energize that. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So now what I'd like you to do, okay, I get the idea. It can be very fragile, can't it? What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to pick the one burner that you would like to work on the most, okay? So for me, it's the upper burner this week. The middle burner wasn't too bad. The upper burner felt a bit hot and dry, which is not ideal, really. So I'm going to work on the upper burner. And what I'd like you to do now is just want to think about more on the upper, whichever burner it is you want to work on, the upper, middle, or lower. We're working on all three. We will work on all three. Just want you to just close your eyes, okay, and go into that feeling of whichever burner it was. Get in contact with that feeling. Okay, and then I want you to ask the question, which is, what kind of emotion do you think is connected to that? Do you feel any emotional connection with whichever burner it is that you want to work on? Okay, so for me, I'm picking the upper burner and I'm just tuning in and just trying to figure out what kind of emotion is connected to it. That's what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so just okay. Right, okay, interesting. Yeah, we've got all kinds of different sadness, draining, fear. Yeah, okay, anxious. Okay, yes, good. Look, there's quite a lot of emotional stuff going on there. Okay, so we're going to work on that through the meridian system. Thank you for letting us know. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of how it kind of works in Chinese medicine, which might relate to what you're feeling. Obviously, you can feel all the emotions in all parts of your body, but generally, the upper heater is related more to kind of sadness because of the lungs and the heart. Middle burner is quite often related to anger, frustration, or worry. And the lower burner is often related to fear and exhaustion. So what I would recommend you do is just bear that in mind. What we'll do at the end of the session, we'll do like about 35, 40 minutes of exercises. And what we'll do is we'll balance out those burners, we'll energize the meridians. And then as the meridians get worked, we should find that it helps you just release or kind of get through those emotional blocks. Okay, so let's just start the exercises. I'm just going to get this out of the way again. Just have a quick drink of water. Okay, so we've got 35, 40 minutes now. I'd like to follow along with me. If it's too much for you and you feel you need to take a break, of course, just sit down and relax and take it nice and easy, okay? So let's firstly start off with the lower burner, which was slightly the most popular of all of them. The lower burner is just below the navel, okay? It connects with the lower back, and the adrenal system and the nervous system, and it's directly related to the emotion of fear. That's why when you get really fearful, you often want to go to the toilet, because the lower burner governs that function. Okay, so we're going to make sure we can kind of energize it and calm that area. If you feel it all jittery like this, you want to calm it down. If it feels empty, then we want to fill it up. And we do that mainly with internal Qigong and also with some self-shiatsu and some doing, okay? So let's start off with the fundamental exercise, which is to energize it with the breath. Okay? So what I suggest you do is just stand in like a Qigong position, open up the soles of your feet. You want to get that bubbling spring point right in the center of the foot. You want to get that connected to the earth. Going to relax our ankles, relax our knees, relax the hips. We're just tucking our tail slightly in there and bending here to get this straight feeling here. Then going up the spine, the top of the head, and imagining a cord hanging. We're going to bounce on that cord a bit. Relaxing the shoulders. Just to loosen things up and get that alignment just bouncing along there. Okay, energizing the lower burner, people. Right, we've got to do this, right? So let's do this. Rubbing the hands together to get the energy moving and to get the circulation to the hands. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Okay, one hand just below the navel and the other hand over the top of it, like this. So we're like this, okay? Not very strong pressure, just very light pressure. The center of your palm goes right over the point about 2 inches below your navel. So it's just about there, okay? Then relax your shoulders and arms. Okay? Close your eyes for a minute. Just imagine energy coming down your arms, through your palms, both palms, and deep into the lower abdomen. Okay? And the idea is to get the chi from your hands into the hara here, okay, into the dantian point. Once we've made that connection, we're going to stimulate the point by gently moving around in a clockwise direction, keeping the arms and shoulders very, very relaxed, because you want the chi to flow through the arms, out through the palms of your hands, into that point, okay? Okay, so let's do that. We're going to keep it relaxed. Keep the hips relaxed. Relax your shoulders. Float your head up. Open up your feet. And now let's just imagine that chi from our hands penetrating deep into the lower abdomen, relaxing the bladder. Okay, relaxing the uterus. If you're a woman, relaxing the uterus. Relaxing right the way through. And see if you can get it to go right through into the sacrum. What you're doing is we're kind of sending it through here and aiming into the lower back here. We're also relaxing the colon, the lower part of the colon. Keep those arms really relaxed. Keep that head floating up. And then keep checking every now and then that your feet are relaxing the floor. And the chi is coming through your arms into the dantian point. Okay, so now it should start feeling a bit fuller and a bit more warm, a bit warmer and a bit fuller underneath your hands. And probably by now you're probably going to get about halfway through. You probably feel it about this deep into the, about this far in. So now what we can do is we can switch to the back points and zap it from the back. Okay, and we do use the relaxed hands for this. And there's a very, very important acupuncture point right in the middle of the back, the lower back. It's called bladder 23. It's the associated point of the kidneys. So it's connected to the kidney energy in Chinese medicine, which governs the lower burner. So it's kind of like the other side of this. All right. So what we want to do now is charge the energy up from the back until we get a really nice feeling of solidity and calmness and warmth and, in the lower burner. So let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to do it like this. Take my hands, shake them out. Get back into the position again, floating the head up. Keeping the arms relaxed. Loose fists. Place the loose fists right in the middle of your lower back. That's bladder 23. Same thing again, relaxing the shoulders, imagining energy going through your arms into that point. This time we're zapping it through the body this way towards the dantian at the front, okay? And then once you've got that energy connection, then we can start gently rubbing those U points, bladder 23. Okay, and if you want to do some reading up about these points, you can just Google them, bladder 23 and conception vessel CB4 and 6. They're very, very important points. That's the dantian points. Okay, maybe we can put some stuff on the site about these points and how important they are, just in case you want some background information. Main thing is feeling it. Let's see if we can really feel it. Relax those hips, open up the knees, open up the soles of the feet, bounce on your imaginary thread. Keep it all loose. Okay? And see if you can get that warmth and that chi through the back until it meets this feeling here. A little bit more. Okay? And then there's this one, where you put your hands like this. A bit more active if you want it a bit more hot, a bit more hot. And here I'm basically massaging the whole lower back here, which is all related to the kidney, okay? With my breath. Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. Shaking out. Very good. Okay, so now let's check it out. Just a little check-in with the lower burner and close our eyes. Wow, that's better, isn't it? Can you feel that warmth right the way through there? Okay, much calmer, isn't it? And warmer, that's what you want. Okay, so let's do a little bit extra. We did this last week. We're going to just activate the acupuncture channels that run into the lower burner. And we've got two channels. They're both connected. They're called the bladder and the kidney channels. And the kidney channel is like super important because it runs from the middle of the foot, it goes up through the legs into the lower burner and then it goes further up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of self shiatsu on our feet because it's really important to open those feet up, and I'll show you where that kidney point is. So if I just put my camera down a bit, get some pillows to sit on. Okay, so if you can sit comfortably, either on a chair or on the floor, and I'll show you, okay? So if you take your foot here and take a midline from the top of your foot all the way down to the heel, and then divide it into thirds, 1/3 from the top of your foot to here, right in the middle of your foot. It's a kind of sensitive point, and that's a really famous point. That's called kidney 1, and it's the bubbling spring point. And that's the point, if you ever do any Tai Chi or Qigong and they get you to open up bubbling spring, that's exactly where that point is. So why don't we do some little bit of self shiatsu on the feet to really activate that, because that's the beginning of the channel and it runs up the leg. So we want to really start it, okay? Get in there. It is a bit sore sometimes, I know, but it's really important to activate it and stretch the foot back a bit. Okay, so we just concentrate on the kidney channel. It then runs up like this, and it runs up on the inside of the ankle. And the bladder channel runs down towards the little toe. So let's squeeze on the outside of the foot. Yeah, that's the bladder channel down to the little toe. Give that a bit of a pull. Okay, and you can do this, tap it on the floor. So you're kind of doing a bit of self-doing on the floor. Okay, and then look, if you just close your eyes for a second, even after a few minutes, look, feel the difference between your feet. Pretty different, right? Okay, so again, this foot, the other foot, 1/3 the distance down, fingertips right in there, opening up the foot. It's going to be amazing. We're going to stand up and be connected to the earth, center of the earth. Awesome. Okay, kidney 3. This is a really important point. Lots of my clients know this one because I've stuck magnets on it many times. It's a source point of the kidney meridian, so it's really worth giving that bit of a press. It's right there behind the ankle. Here we go. It's a favourite point for tonifying the kidney energy. It connects directly with the lower burner. Just shaking the foot, I'm just going to stretch it out. Yeah, so it's all kind of around the ankles. I'm just working around here, kidney 3. Again, it's often a sore point. Right. Sometimes it goes black. If you're really fatigued, you'll notice it kind of goes a kind of grey colour. I've noticed that before. Okay. Relaxing your ankles, relaxing. That's it, keep doing it. Oh, amazing. Very good. Okay, so now let's stand up with our new amazing feet and see what that's like. Oh, yes. Just got to bring the camera up. How about that? Amazing, right? Really good. Get that kidney 1 point opened up and you're halfway there. Because now look what happens. If we open up our feet, get back into our alignment, relax the shoulders, imagine the feet opening out this way, and then you'll find you can connect down, right down into the earth, so much easier. And that's going to make a big difference to charging up the lower burner, because now what we're going to do is we're going to do some doing, energizing the kidney channel from kidney 3, which is by the ankle, right about the inside of the leg. Okay, so just bending forwards, we're just going to tap around the back of the legs, the back inside of the legs, all the way up, like this. Starting just behind the ankle, tapping, energizing the channel. You get to the knee, just behind the knee, there's another important kidney point. Okay, I'm going to do it 3 times. Okay, now try that. See, now if you just, again, close your eyes, you feel like a zingy feeling going from the center of your foot up the inside of your leg. That's opening up the kidney channel. Really good idea, okay? Now the other side of it is the bladder channel that runs from here. Remember we did this, go down a bit further onto the sacrum, rubbing, and then we tap down the backs of the legs, back to the knees. You might need to turn your hands around like this, backs of the hands onto the calves. And that's the one that goes down to the little toe. That's the bladder channel. Okay, do that again. So it's rubbing the sacrum. Okay, down the outside of the legs. Brushing off. Okay, how about that? Right, now let's try it. Just closing our eyes, relaxing. So now we've kind of zapped that lower burner from the kidney channel angle and the bladder angle. We've got bladder and kidney opened up. We've got the soles of the feet opened out. We've got a nice, calm, strong feeling around here. And if you find your lower burner goes a bit wobbly during the week, I really encourage you to do that. That's like a 10-15 minute routine. And it'll definitely change your whole emotional state, especially if you're feeling anxious, especially fearful, because that directly relates. Again, as we talked about last week, what happens is by activating and relaxing these organs, it sends a message to your brain that tells your brain that you're in a safe space, okay? And then what will happen is it will directly affect your emotional state. breaks you out of that cycle. Okay, so that's the lower burner. So now it's time for the middle burner. It's what I really needed last week, but actually it's really worked because this is actually not painful now. Last week, this was all very painful for me. So that's encouraging. Okay, the digestive organs are directly related to worry and anxiety, and also frustration. And there's an actual physiological reason for that, because basically, if you feel that you're on the top of the food chain and that you are going to have plenty of food, that you're not going to have to worry about food, then that basically gives you a calm, relaxed feeling around here, and it will stop you worrying. It's a very primitive thing. Okay, and the same thing with frustration and anger. Again, that's all centered around, mainly around this middle burner. So if you're experiencing that, you've got some obstruction in the middle burner, you want to just kind of be able to release that by working on the channels, working on the organs, and then that will feed back into your emotional state and let you be able to deregulate you from that anxious state. Okay, so let's do it. All right, so remember from before, one of the main ways we can affect this area is by this twisting exercise, which basically regulates the liver and the stomach. Let's focus it though, okay? Feet nicely planted on the ground, head floating up, shoulders relaxed, okay? And we're focusing on this middle area here, around the diaphragm, around the stomach and the liver. Very simple exercise. We just turn, twisting this area and relaxing it. Okay, to start off with, you want to look at the horizon because that keeps you in that plane of movement. So you're not doing this or doing this, okay? You want to keep everything in the same horizontal plane. So you're getting this really nice twist there. And what happens is you get the twist on the gallbladder liver channels, and that regulates the whole digestive system. All right, very simple, but very precise. So we're going to look, twist, keeping the knees and the hips facing forwards, twist. Okay, and once you feel you've got it, then you can increase the speed. Your arms will naturally go out, and if you start feeling a bit giddy because your eyes are flicking from one side of the horizon to another, you can then close your eyes and tune in internally. So we're keeping the knees, the feet and the hips fixed. We're twisting. As you do that, you should feel like you're massaging internally as the twist occurs. You feel like the stomach and the liver are being massaged internally. They're kind of being released. That's the feeling. All right. So let's just keep doing that for a while. Keep those hips facing forwards, twisting the upper body, feeling the twist around the diaphragm. Nice and easy. Okay. These are not strong exercises in the sense we don't push ourselves, but the strength is in the repetition. So it's nice and easy and relaxed, but we're just going to keep going until we get that nice feeling of release. Nice and easy. Check your feet are planted on the floor. Check to see your knees and hips are still facing forwards. Check to see your head is being suspended. It's almost like that cord from the top of your head is twisting round, being twisted round from above. So you're rotating on your spine. The twist is going right into that middle heater area. Keep going. A little bit more. Very, very precise twisting on the middle burner. Okay, let's see now. Okay, let's just see. So we come back to the center, tune in again. There we go. Warm, right, and relaxed. That's what we want. Now we can supplement that with some meridian work because we've done this before. I'm just going to revise it. The outside of the legs and the inside of the legs are where the gallbladder and liver channels run, and they directly connect through facial planes into the liver area. And the same thing with the stomach channel, which is on the front of the legs, the stomach and spleen channels on the front of the legs, and they directly connect up through facial planes with the stomach organ. So we can do even more work by working the channels. So let's just do a bit of doing. We're going to keep it nice and relaxed. We're going to go down the sides of the body. So we're just tapping around the sides, connecting with the liver organ through the gallbladder channel. And we're going down onto the buttocks here, right into this point here. Down the outside of the legs. Up the inside of the legs. This is the liver channel. So it's up the inside of the legs, just behind this adductor muscle here. And then we could go round onto the gallbladder again. So we're doing a like home circuit. Ooh. Just a bit of a burp there, that's a good sign. It shows the liver chi is moving. Down the outside. Up the inside. Up the outside. Okay, up the inside. One more time, down the outside and the inside. Okay, brushing off. So that's the liver and gallbladder. Okay, now we're going to do the stomach and spleen. This is the one that links directly with the stomach. Take the front of your legs, go slightly to the outside along this muscle here. Just going to use the loose fist or the flat of the hand. Down to the knee, outside of the legs. The feet and then up the inside. Okay, down the outside. Up the inside. One more time, down the outside. Brushing off down. Okay, great. So we've worked all 6 channels in the legs: the bladder, the kidney, gallbladder, liver, spleen, and stomach. Okay, so there we are. Let's have a check-in. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Lower burner, check. Nice and relaxed, nice and full. Middle burner probably feels a little bit zingy, a little bit released because of all the channel work. It feels like maybe it's moving a bit more. That's what you want to kind of feel. Okay, great. So the middle and lower burners sorted. Okay. Any fear we've got here? Strengthen this up, relax this area. You'll feel more courageous and strong. Got any frustrations or worries here? Release this area. Your anxiety level will go down. Okay, it really works because it sends a message up to your brain. Okay, that things are okay. Feel relaxed here. You're not going to worry. You're not going to be so frustrated. Okay, it's perfectly fine to feel these things, but you just don't want to get stuck in them. So if you find yourself anxious day after day, that's not a good state. You want to free this up, deactivate that emotion, get back in the green zone. You can go back up into the red, maybe in the blue, but at least you're moving from one zone to the next. Okay, and you can do that with these exercises. Okay, here we go. Upper burner. The upper burner is all about positivity and joy. Joy in the heart and positivity in the lungs. And that's what we want to feel. We want to feel some joy. We want to feel positive. Okay, if we're not feeling, if that energy is not there, then the emotions that you get with the upper burner tend to be around sadness, grief with the lungs, sadness in the heart. Okay, so let's activate the upper burner. Okay, so it's all to do, a lot of it's to do with breathing and with the channels that run in the arms along the inside of the arms. Okay, you remember the one we did for the lungs way back? I think we did it last week and the week before. This is a great Qigong exercise for the lungs. Again, it's very simple, but it's very precise. Okay, and it goes like this. The lung channel runs from deep in the lungs It runs down into the hand and it runs into the thumb. It also runs up into the throat. It's connected with the voice. And these are all facial planes. They've all been mapped. If you're interested in reading Dan Keown's book, Sparking the Machine, it explains how it all works. We can activate that by basically Qigong exercises, because what we do is we lift our hands up like this, okay? And we drop them back, but we drop them back in a particular way. We drop them back so the thumb is out like this. When you get to that point there, gently opens up the lung channel, okay? So it's not like this, it's not like this, like that. It's with the thumb out, okay? So lifting up, thumb out, no forcing at all, aligning, relaxing your feet and legs, getting your alignment, drop it. Pick it up, drop it. Pick it up, drop it. Pick it up, drop it. I'm just lifting, dropping, lifting, dropping, lifting, dropping. Just a little bit of effort, minimum effort. They swing back, you hold them and drop them again. Drop. Just to the shoulder height, okay? Make sure those thumbs are out though. And what will happen then is if you keep repeating it, is you'll feel this channels, both sides in the lung channel, starting to get energized. Okay, just do it a few more times. Lift up, drop. Check your alignment. Keep those feet rooted on the ground through kidney 1, the bubbling spring. Relax your knees, relax your hips. Drop, tuck your tail in. Relax your shoulders. Float your head up. Very good, okay, it's starting to happen now. You can feel that warmth, like a warm tingly feeling going down towards the thumb. You know that you're starting to activate the channel then. Okay, if you have chronic lung problems, like maybe you've got breathing problems, you could do this every morning. It's a really good idea. Just do it for 5 or 10 minutes, as long as you can. Really low effort, but very precise. Keep those thumbs out. Feel that stretch as the hands go back. Yeah? Just do a few more. Keep those thumbs out. Very good. Okay, cool. Okay, let your hands come to the side. Okay, close your eyes. Tune in. I expect you'll feel like a subtle tingling or opening feeling from deep in the chest, down your arms towards your thumbs. And that means you've activated the lung channel. It's going to give you a feeling of positivity, okay? And it's very good for alleviating sadness. It will just lift it for you, okay? So if you want to give it a bit of a stronger stretch, you can do the meridian stretch, which is like this. You link the thumbs behind your back. Okay, so you link them like this, thumbs like that. Okay. And then we just do 3 breaths, more of a dynamic stretch. You'll feel the channel open up. Breathing in, breathing out. And we're lifting up our arms towards the ceiling. Nice and easy though, don't overstretch. You'll feel it stretching the backs of your legs. Hold the stretch for as long as you can. And then we're breathing in again. A bit more like a yoga stretch this one, breathing in. And again, exhaling. Very nice stretch for the lungs. And then we come back up on the 4th exhalation. Checking in again, closing our eyes. Whoa, there you go. Feel that? Lovely feeling, opening down the lung channel. Okay. Great, so we've got like 10 minutes left to do the last bit of the upper burner, which is to do with the heart. Very, very important for regulating the mood. It's very closely connected to the ventral vagal system. So basically regulating the heart channel will help you stay in that green zone. It's probably the single most important thing. Okay, and there's lots of physiological reasons for that, to do with the heart rate, the way the heartbeat connects with all kinds of facial nerves. It's all very, very interesting. But basically, all you need to know is Do this and you're going to feel much more calm, much calmer, and you're going to be able to deal with stress so much easier. Okay, so let's start off with the pericardium channel. If you get any sensation of tightness across this part of your chest, okay, that's the pericardium channel, and it's very characteristic of stress. You'll get this feeling of tightness here. Some people think they're going to have a heart attack, but it's actually just the soft tissue cramping up because of the pericardium organ. Okay, and you can sort this out for yourself mostly by doing these exercises. Okay, so let's first of all do the stretch. The channel runs from the chest through the pericardium organ, and it runs down the inside of your arm to the middle finger. Okay, and I'll show you how to feel that. We've done this before. Breathe in. Okay, slowly breathe out. And keep stretching your arms back until you can feel a nice sensation from the middle finger all the way down the inside of your arm and into the chest. Okay, I'm just raising my arms up slightly to get a better stretch. There we go. Hold it, keep it nice and calm, and then release. Okay, we'll do it again. Breathing in, bending forward slightly like this, and then breathing out, opening it out. Just change the angle slightly of your arms until you get that really good stretch there, right into the chest. Whoa, very strong. Okay, hold it, and then release. Whoa, okay, one more time. So breathing in, reaching forwards. Slowly breathing out. Aim for that little finger. Keep those arms parallel to the floor. Open up the chest. Hold it and relax right into your chest. Allow the channel to open up. Whoa, okay. Okay, so now again, close your eyes. We've already worked the lungs. Now with that stretch, you'll probably feel again a tingling feeling down your arms and into the chest. Very good if you can, because that's the pericardium channel that you're starting to stretch out. Let's give it a bit of a hand, literally, with this hand. We're going to do some dough-in on that channel. You want to be a little bit sensitive because it's a little bit of a delicate channel, not like the gallbladder or the stomach. Okay, so we're going to just tap with our fingers. But let's activate that channel all the way down the middle of the hand, middle of the arm. Okay, until you get to the middle finger here. Aiming for this middle finger. Okay, and then turn the hand over, and we go to this ring finger, and we go back up outside of the arm, and this is the triple heater channel, which is the paired channel of the heart protector. That goes onto the shoulder. Give the shoulder a bit of a tap. Round onto the chest again. This is where the channel runs in the chest. And then we go down, aiming for the little finger, middle finger again. Turn the hand, ring finger. Okay, around here. Pericardium, middle finger, and the triple heater. Okay, and then brushing off. Close your eyes. Check in with your left arm and compare it to your right arm. Okay, you can see how much you can do just with a few minutes of doing dough-in. Okay, really powerful stuff. Okay, let's better do the other arm now. So it's tapping there. This is where the channel runs in the chest. Goes down the inside of the arm. Into the center of the palm. This is the triple heater channel. It's to do with immunity as well, so we want to make sure we give that a good energizing heart protector. Triple heater. Okay, one more time. Up the triple heater. Nice. Okay, good. Maybe squeeze the shoulders a bit where the triple heater is. Very good. Okay, very good. Okay, so that's pericardium channel. Shaking. Okay, very good. So we've just got a few minutes to do the heart, and we'll do some little bit of self-shiatsu on the face, and we'll be done. Okay, so the heart channel is the most vulnerable channel of the body. It's obviously connected to emotional regulation. It's a really good idea to open this up. Okay, this is a really nice stretch for the heart. Take your hands into the prayer position, lift them up like this. Okay, so I'm doing this. And then point your fingertips towards the back wall. Breathing in, nice and gently, opening up the armpits. Okay, now you probably feel a stretch down from the little finger all the way into the armpit and then into the chest. That's the heart channel. So you want to be nice and gentle with this. Okay, second inhalation. And third inhalation, exhalation. Okay, then bring them up again. Slowly down. Very good. Okay, again, close our eyes. Feel that little finger tingling? That's the one. That's the heart channel. So just a little bit of down to finish up. We're going to go from under the armpit here, just under the armpit, tapping along the heart channel. We're going to go for the little finger here, okay? And then we turn it round. And we go up the outside of the arm. This is the small intestine channel. This is to do with the shock mechanism. It's to do with, it's often affected by whiplash and shock and things. So it's a good one to release. If you've had a shock, got any neck pain, it's very good for that. Lots of these points are used for neck pain. Okay, and again, the heart. This is more internal, these points. These are all used for regulating the heart, for calming the mind. For example, this point here is one of the main points for calming the mind on the wrist, heart 7. And go round. And then these points are more for treating the neck and for shock. So you're getting a double whammy there. You're getting the heart relaxed and you're releasing the channels in the neck. Just the job. Okay, heart. One more time. There you go. Okay, good. Nice. Other side. Heart channel again. And the elbows are an important point. And go down into the wrist. And then round this way. Small intestine channel. Round again to the heart. Okay, very good. Brushing off, shaking out. Okay, we'll just finish off with a simple routine for the face. Okay, pressing around the cheekbones, starting off by the side of the nose. Just gently pressing in underneath the cheekbones. Around the eyes. Now if we work underneath the cheekbones and we go towards the jaw, you'll find that you'll get right into the angle of the jaw there. That's a good place to release any tension. Just opening the jaw slightly. Okay, and then we can work around the teeth, around the upper gums and the lower gums. Okay, and the forehead.
Just pressing gently out from the center of the forehead. Pressing the sides of the head. This is the gallbladder and the triple heater channels. A few more weeks of this and you'll be able to take the Shiatsu College first year exams, I tell you that. Okay, I'm squeezing the back of the neck like this. Just to move down the channels there. Squeezing the outside of the neck. And then tapping along the top of the head towards the back of the neck. Okay, very good. Pulling around the ears, pulling the earlobes. Very good. Okay, so now just going to go back, standing position, just shake out. Okay, so remember the lower burner is to do with fear. And if we energize it, we just get that calm feeling of courage. It sends a message to the brain that we've got courage and we've got enough energy to get anything done we need to do. Middle burner tends to react more with worry. It tightens up and gets blocked with worry and frustration. So when we release this area, we're going to feel less worried. We're going to be able to decide what we need to do without getting kind of angry and upset, okay? And the upper burner is more to do with sadness, sadness in the heart, sadness in the lungs. By releasing and energizing this, we get a feeling of positivity, more of a feeling of positive energy. And certainly when we regulate the heart, like we've been doing with pericardium channels, you'll get a feeling of calmness, a kind of calm, positive feeling. So let's see what's happened then. Just have a quick look at your diagram. And remember that my upper heater was more hot and dry and a bit agitated. And just have a look and see what your heaters were like. Remember the emotion that we experienced in that heater? Okay, so now let's just finally, to end up this session, just close our eyes, go internally again, tune into that heater that you were working on. What's it like now? What's happened to that feeling? What's happened to that heater? What's happened to that emotion? Has it transformed in any way? Okay, and then we can concentrate again, just open our awareness to the three heaters, just checking in with the three heaters again. Okay, and notice how they've balanced out, how they're more regulated and more balanced than they were before. Okay, great. Very good. Joined up is what we want to see. Very good. Okay, that's great. Okay, so we've worked on the emotions, the burners. Remember that the lower burner is the foundation of yin and yang of the body. The middle burner is what transforms the food. That's why we need to look after food. And the upper burner is the air from the chest. Right, so we've done this before. Balancing the burner is the most important thing. Okay, we've done that. What was it like? What would like to have happen? Just to remind you that if you are in the critical group, if you're finding you're in that blue zone a lot and you're highly stressed, please get in touch. We've found these self-shiatsu supervision sessions are very successful. We can guide you through a self-shiatsu session tailored for yourself. Or if you'd rather be more like relaxing and have something closer to an energy session, then we can work with distance healing, and they're very popular too, and they're very, very effective. We write them up and we send you at the end of the session, send you like what we found and what we worked on and stuff like that. Okay, I've said this before, but what we're doing in this crisis at the moment is we're all working cooperatively. Every member of the team is putting in so many hours a month, and what we're doing is we're working only for donations. We don't have any other income. We're not charging any fees, so we're relying on your generosity to support us. If you go to shiatsucenter.co.uk and donate as much as you can afford. If you're in financial stress because of the crisis, then of course don't worry. Okay, don't worry about that. Just give us what you can afford, and those of you who are in a more fortunate position hopefully can help the community by supporting them. Okay.
And so we're working like that for the moment until things become more normalized. Okay, so please also, if you can consider a regular donation, that really helps us plan ahead and see whether we can keep the building. At the moment, we're trying to keep the building. We're trying to keep all the members of the team alive for the next however long it's going to be. And we really need your support on that. Okay, so that's it. Okay, we've found out how you're doing. We've balanced our burners. Don't forget that you can get support, one-to-one support from us, donations only basis. So again, if you're financially compromised and you're still under stress, don't worry about that. We will look after you. Okay, the community of the Shiatsu Center will look after you, those who are most in need. Okay, thank you very much. See you next week. Really enjoyed it again. It's been great working with you. Have a great week. Keep those burners balanced. Bye.